Hello everybody and welcome back to my kitchen, the first time of this year. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're an OG subscriber, you know now that we don't just cook in this kitchen, we like to delve into history a little bit. So today we're going to be making a Tottenham cake, and I'll tell you a little bit more after we hit the jingle. So the person who created Tottenham cake was a Harry Chalkley, was said to have been inspired to create his hot pink coloured treat, I nearly said tart, for the children of Tottenham, and then sold them for a penny a cube, or oddly shaped slices, for half the price. Not only were the cakes inexpensive to buy, but they were also economically to make, which embodied the Quaker values for simplicity and efficiency. The cake's bright pink icing came from the mulberries grown in the Quakers' meeting house facility in Tottenham, and which were said to have fallen off the tree. Coconut was sometimes sprinkled over the top, although the chewy shards weren't always welcomed by the Quakers, who had false teeth. I don't have to worry about that just yet. Tottenham cake has ties to more than just North London Quakers. It's linked to the city's football club and Tottenham Hotspurs too. According to the London Economics, when the club won its first ever FA Cup final in 1901, the cake was given free to all the children in the area. While the cakes continue to be made by Quakers to this day, the cake re-entered modern pop culture when its reintroduction by the Great British Bake Off in 2013. Wow! So, with all that out the way, let's get going. So for this delicious delectable, we're going to need 4 eggs, we're going to need some caster sugar, baking powder, pink food colouring, these I would call 100,000s. You might call them sprinkles, but they're not. Look, that's what they're called. And then we need some butter, icing sugar, vanilla bean paste, super expensive, some self-raising flour, and 1 lemon. Get them in these bags now. Let's do our bit for recycling by making these bags that don't rot like the paper ones used to, and then charging people. So anyway, there's your lemon. And also we need a bowl, obviously, and weighing scales and all that jazz. But if you're a baker, then you know what. So you're going to need 250 grams of butter. That's a lot of butter. Obviously the Quakers must have exercised quite a bit. 250 grams of sugar. Wow. And you want 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. Hang on. That's a lot of vanilla bean paste. Oh, it's like cough syrup, isn't it? 1. Come on. You can do it. Oh, look at that. Get off the spoon into the bowl. I'm gonna have to get me Danny's in, ain't I? Oh, there we go. Now if you're posh, you can get your electric whisk and whisk that up, but I'm not posh, so I'm gonna have to try and do that by hand. Jump cut. So there we have the sugar and the butter mixed, all by hand. I'm sure the Quakers would have done it like that as well, wouldn't they? So now we have to add 4 eggs, beating 1 in at a time. Oh, look at that, it's got a feather on it, straight from its ass. Right, so we're going to add these. Oh, that's 1. How the hell am I supposed to beat this in? Oh, it doesn't help that I dislocated my finger. Ow. I tell you what, shall we jump cut until it's done? So then you don't have to hear me moaning about how much my finger hurts. So there we have the 4 eggs in there, and then we have to put in 250 grams of flour, like that. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. 4 tablespoons of milk. I've gone for whole milk. Never use skim on recipes. Skim milk's rank as well. Was that 3 or 4? I think that was 3, wasn't it? Anyway, that's that. And then hopefully I've got a zesty lemon. You know what they say, when life gives you lemons, squeeze hard. Right, I think there's not much left on that. Just get the bit off the back into there. Get it all in. And then we mix that up. And you gotta, when it says then we gotta fold it in, apparently. Fold it, not mix, fold. Right, so it's all done. There, look, it looks a bit like scrambled egg at the moment. So you wanna get yourself a bacon, your cake tin. Here's one I greased earlier. And put your stuff in there. Oh. Oh. It doesn't look that great at the moment. It looks a bit like baby sick. I'm hoping it tastes better than baby sick, although I've never actually tried baby sick and I don't really want to. So there it is, look, in the tin. I'm just going to put it now in the oven. I've preheated it to 150 Celsius and it's fan assisted, so if you make cakes, you'll know what temperature really, wouldn't you? So, right, so while that's doing, we're going to do the icing. So we're going to need the icing sugar. It says, oh, why is it never? I want 200 grams of that. Come on, you bugger. It's not very, it's not coming out the packet. Oh, I've gone 3 grams over. Right, so then we need your squeezer, yeah? I've got to slice that lemon in half and give it a good squeeze. Should I eat it raw like that? No, it's not. Does anyone remember Superman when he caught his fingers in the squeezer? I can't remember which film that was in. Was it Superman 1 or 2? It can't have been 3 or 4 because those 2 were terrible. Right, I'll get all that juice into there. Don't get the pips. You can go and plant them if you want and make yourself a tree. Right, and then we want to get some pink food colour in. Drop a bit of that in. I don't know how much, but just so it goes pink. And then we want to stir this up. Have I got a little mini whisk? I have got a little mini whisk. Look at that. C'est mignon. And then we want some water. Not too much water. Just add a little bit at a time. And then we want to whisk it up, don't we? Yeah. And if you overdo it, you see, it can be a bit whiskey, can't it? Oh, look how pink it's got. If it does go a bit too runny, you can always add a bit more of the icing sugar, which I might have to do. But that's it for now, until the cake. Oh, so here it is, look at that. Oh, it's still a bit hot. Maybe I should not pick it up with my bare dannies. should I have iced it before I took it out of the tin? Maybe. I'm gonna have to flip the flippery doodahs. Now I'm gonna have to try and get it free from that. And as we know from previous videos, it can be a little bit uncooperative, let's use that phrase. So jump cut. So I've managed to get it off, look, without too much of a casualty. It's always a pain, isn't it? So I've got to now put the icing on it. So I'm going to flip it back over, and we're going to put the icing on that side, because that side's better, isn't it? And my pink icing is it's gone a little bit stiff. So I'm going to just drizzle this over the top, hoping that I've got enough. Just let it run. Let it run. I don't mind if it drips down the sides a little bit. But just want it to cover the top. Nice. There we go. I think the icing might be a little bit too runny. And then we want to get your whatever they're called. It's an Italian word or something. And you sprinkle these on like they're sprinkles. And I'm hoping that the icing will set. Is that enough sprinkly dinkles on? Look at that! Does that look nice? I'm going to whack that in the fridge, try and get the icing to set a bit, and then we're going to cut a slice and try it. Yeah. Does that not look good? Shall we cut it? You're supposed to cut it into cubes, so. And being at me, you have to make sure it is exactly even on all the squares. It might be better actually in a square tin, so you don't get like the odd bits at the ends, but because you get the little bits. But anyway, I think it's time to try. Look at that, look, the icing is soaked into the bottom. Oh, it looks nice. Very dense. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. The lemon really comes through. And you get the little crispy crunchy bits from all them, whatever they're called. And the cake itself isn't very light, but it's very airy. Oh, that's amazing. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Try it for yourself. Let me know how you get on in the comments. And I might try some other foods from around the UK, so subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves, stay safe out there. Cheery bye.